How are you, stranger?
I wondered if you at all know me.
No, you okay? You keeping well?
In good shape here.
You're trying.
Yeah,
34, right?
I know, man.
It's not bad.
It's been a while. It's
Yeah,
been a while.
yeah.
How are you feeling?
Okay. You look good, eh? How old are you now?
Oh, I stopped counting at 14.
Perfect.
Yeah. Feel good?
Yeah, all good, all good. Are we doing it just here?
Yeah, we can stand.
Do you want me to stand here?
Yeah, we just stand here. So, prepared for the game?
Yeah, obviously we did the game on the other night, which was his first game, our first game underneath him. Good victory, clean sheet as defenders, that's what we like. But it's now about building on, to the next game against you guys. Okay.
Yeah. How much do you know about the Latvian national team?
No, I know you.
Okay.
I know you.
I won't be playing. I have a surprise for you. I won't be playing.
Okay.
I wish I could, but...
No, listen, obviously not a great deal. Not a great deal. There's not many Latvian players, if any, that are playing, in the Premier League. Yeah. So it's hard, but the analysis gives us so much data and information where we can watch certain players in our positions that are playing against us that, we can't have any excuses for not knowing them. Okay.
Do you prepare any differently for example, top teams or teams that are a bit lower in the ranks?
No, I think every good team, whether that's club or national team, prepares the same. I think you show a certain level of respect to every opponent because it's a game of football. It's a game of football that we all love, and anyone can score goals. So obviously we have to probably pay a little bit more attention to the set plays where you're going to want to try and hurt us on and stuff like that. But apart from that, I showed the same amount of level of concentration. Yeah.
During the years, you have played on biggest stages in football, and it's been an absolute honor to follow you, man. And you are my favorite pub story when someone asks me, have you played with someone or yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm still keep name dropping. When you retire, I'm done. I have no more stories left. But you have played in some of the biggest stadiums, in some of the biggest games, and obviously for Latvian players, the game tomorrow evening will be one of the biggest occasions in their careers to experience that sort of atmosphere. How do you deal with nerves in those situations in I don't know, Champions League finals
I think with us playing at QPR together, you just take it as a professional football player. Obviously it's your job and it's your passion. Listen, coming to Wembley, the home of football, is a great experience for them. So enjoy it. Definitely, but don't let the occasion swallow you up. You need to be proud to wear the Latvian shirt, just as we're proud to wear, the England shirt, and you embrace the game. You embrace coming up against Premier League players, Champions League winners, and stuff like that. And you just play the game of football, and that's the only bit of advice. Obviously, don't play too well because we want the win. But don't let the occasion swallow you up.
You mentioned playing for national team. What does it mean to you, play for national team? You played, I think, almost 100 caps you have now.
Nearly 94, yeah. 94.
So you're closing in on 100 caps, which is a fantastic achievement as well. And do you still feel excited?
Yeah, I don't take it for granted. I had a period within my career where I didn't come for 18 months or so, and probably being in the team from 20 until that time, continuously, I probably took it for granted a little bit. So having that period out of, I think it was around 16 to 18 months, really brought me back down to earth and put my feet back on the ground, because I had an achievement to make, and that was 50 caps back there. Now, obviously, closing in, I'm now on 94. I want to make 100. So each training session, each match, I want to make sure that I'm impressing the manager. I'm doing well for my country, and to wear, this great shirt is a real honour.
What other motivation you have at the moment in your career? You mentioned 100 caps for your country. What are other things that motivate you to strive for that perfection and keep going?
I think that's the word that you just said, perfection. I'm still wanting to learn. I'm still wanting to improve. I'm still knowing how I can improve and watching videos of myself and what I can do better and stuff like that. So I think as footballers, we have an obsession of being perfect. You know, we need to do this, and until I complete it, I'm not going to stop. But I know that time is of the essence. You know, I'm 34 now and I'm not getting any younger, but I still feel good, I still feel quick, I still feel strong, and I still feel that I can bring something, especially to the England team, but also to club level as well. So that's why I've just continued.
We have to talk about QPR a little bit, because
yes,
obviously
please,
that's how I met you. And I remember you coming in, I would say, very confident young man. I would say we're all overconfident at times, but in the same time very level-headed, which was an interesting mix for myself, because you could be a bit annoying with your confidence, and then kind of catch you off guard with the way you are outside football. How do you remember your time at QPR, and what role it played for success you had in your future career?
First of all, I was very nervous coming into QPR. I think it was a dressing room full of big characters. So, you know, you had Fitzall, you had Role, there was a lot.
Mr. Warnock was there, so that's the biggest character.
Clint Hill. Sean Derry, there was a lot of big characters there, and I was nervous coming into that dressing room, so maybe the confidence came across to you, but I was nervous inside. But it helped that I knew Radic from Tottenham and also Adele from Tottenham, which I used to car share, which helped me a lot. But that time at QPR for me was probably the best moment or the best thing to happen to me. It was unfortunate that Bradley Orr got injured, which then made, was it Ramage?
Yeah,
Ramage, Peter Ramage and Bradley Orr both got injured, so which gave me a spot to come in, and Warnock trusted in me to come in and fill that spot. But we went on an incredible run, you know, obviously winning the league in that year. And then I got the opportunity to go to Aston Villa in the January. And I can remember speaking to my agent. I've been open and honest, even though my time at Villa was fantastic. I said, no, I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay at QPR, just because I was playing week in, week out, and we was winning football games. I think in the period of me being there, we lost once, and I think it was my final game against Bristol City.
I think we drew that as well. I
think we lost, because I remember Danny Rose playing, and I was fuming that we lost and Danny was playing. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember we just went on a complete great run, and we just winning games, and you know, when you win football matches, life becomes easier. You know, going to work every day, you've got a smile on your face. Playing on a Tuesday and a Saturday, there's games constantly. But I really enjoyed it. I thought the dressing room was great. And I had you, which, you know, someone that I didn't know personally, coming to QPR, but playing, you know, next to you where you played centre-back and I played right-back, it was a real honour. So I have to say thank you.
Yeah. You can tell Latvian public how much you learned from me as well, because that would be earn me some brownie points as well.
He's the man.
But you spent quite a lot of time in your earlier career going on loan, trying to play football. How important was playing actually, and was that your initiative to go there, or just club trying to find a place to get you some playing time?
Well, QPR was just because I wasn't playing football. Obviously, I knew the Championship from coming from Sheffield United to Tottenham. Harry Redknapp wouldn't let me play because I hadn't played any Premier League football. I was still young. I think I was 19 at the time, so to come to QPR was important. I didn't really want to go back to Sheffield United because I was in my comfort zone, and I wanted to stay mainly around London as much as I could do to kind of move myself and make that transition. Then from Aston Villa, you know, things kind of just kicked on and went so quickly. I mean, it was like 2 years of madness where I've gone from, you know, okay, a Championship level to all of a sudden I'm representing my country and playing in the Premier League. But I do think loans are important. I'll say it until I stop playing football, people stop wanting to speak to me. You know, I think that to go on loan, you understand the difference between men's football and, you know, playing in the reserves, as we call it, or the S, as they probably call it now. So for me, it's massively important. I think you get to meet different people, you get to meet different characters, and you get to, you know, meet men when you're probably, you know, a young boy trying to learn the trade, so you get to learn different things from different people.
Okay, because I remember you coming from QPR. I'm not sure if you remember the first game. I think it was Ipswich away, and you were late for the game. And we knew that we're getting someone on loan. It's either you or Kyle Norton.
Yeah.
So we didn't name the right back for till last minute.
Yeah.
And then we had the right back, but
yeah.
you weren't actually arrived.
Yeah.
So we were like wanted for a warm up, and you joined us five minutes later, and we were very skeptical, like what sort of guy will join our team. And I remember that in the game, your first touch on the ball, your first sprint, and you just understood that we have something special there. And then I think you gelled in the first 10 seconds. Honestly, it was weird. And you mentioned that we went for a great run.
Yeah.
And the season ended well enough as well. And you were a very big part of it. And following your future career as well, I think you can say that you're one of the most recognized right backs in the world, I could say. And in a way, you have reinvented how athletic and how quick the right backs be, how competitive 1v1 situations. What do you think the future right back will look like, and what maybe younger players need to, what attributes they need to work on and have to achieve their goals?
I feel now that a right back is more of a hybrid role. A lot of right backs are normally centre midfielders that are either too small or actually really good defensively and quick and can understand the game really well. When I was playing, or when we was playing, you know, when we first started, it was about getting on the overlap and getting balls in the box. My role at Manchester City changed a little bit to what my role was here at Tottenham, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every second of it. It's been a career that I probably thought that I definitely thought I'd never have. You know, to win for QPR, you know, people forget about that. I actually qualified for a medal, so that's a medal that was my first medal that I've got at home, and something that I really cherish. Obviously, I've been very fortunate to go and win a few more after that, but you know, being a right back, I wouldn't change it for the world. I think I've come up against some of the best, if not the best players in the world, and I've enjoyed every battle with it. So it's about pushing yourself. As a right back, it's about pushing yourself, about being competitive 1v1, and making sure if you can go and get some goals and get some assists, that's where you'll, you know, get the spotlight. What
is your mindset in 1v1 situations? Because I remember you being very, very competitive, especially in 1v1 situations, and you get very frustrated if someone actually gets past you, and I think it's a great thing to have. But what's your mindset? What's going through your mind?
That's exactly that. I'm competitive. I wouldn't say it's an ego, but it's a battle. It's a 1v1 battle. Growing up from where I grew up, you played a lot of Wembley. We called it Wembley, where you had one keeper in the net who didn't really want to go in net, and you know, it's you on your own against 6 other guys, and you have to score a goal to go through to the next round. So I grew up on playing on that kind of mentality, that it was a 1v1, it's me v you, and we'll see how it comes out on better or comes out on top.
And now you are an experienced player. Does football still surprise you? And maybe you have one example, what has been like something you can learn, or some new thing that you have learned from the game of football, even at this stage of your career?
Yeah, I think football, it's a crazy sport, but I think that's why we all love it so much, because nothing's over until the referee blows the whistle. I found that especially, you know, this season playing for AC Milan, that things can happen in 5 minutes that you think in the Premier League it just doesn't happen. You know, there's a lot of more up and down, more not so much control in a way, but then defensively the Italians are so well drilled, so well organised, so well hard to break down. It's a completely different game to the Premier League, but if I could explain football, then I'd be probably where you are rather than where I am, because I'd be a great pundit. But I think that's why we love it, because it's just so unexpected, it's so, you know, different, and anything can happen at any given moment, and you see some fantastic goals, and that's what you want to see.
Man,
It's been a pleasure.
Has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you, and it's been a
so
pleasure to follow you around, man.
Cheers,
and keep the good work, except tomorrow, I guess.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.